I'm backing up my truck, I'm gonna hook it up, loading up my boat with all my gear. I've been working hard all week, trying to make ends meet, spending time wishing I was fishing. Well, Terry Wickstrom wants to take you fishing. Gather up your gear and come along. Well, Terry Wickstrom wants to take you fishing.
This is Terry Wickstrom. Join Karen Cullum, Greg Plaggio, and me as we take you to some of our favorite fishing spots from Colorado to Minnesota, the Arctic Circle to Central America and beyond. As we revisit episodes of Mountain States Fishing and Angling Adventures Television on the best of fishing with Terry Wickstrom. We're out here in Lake Powell today. I'm with Pete DuBois. Pete,
Hi, Terry.
Pleasure to fish with you again.
You bet.
Pete and I have fished together several times, and you know, Lake Powell's famous for its striper fishery.
Sure is.
People come from all over the country because you can catch hundreds, literally, of really nice-sized stripers here. But today we're going to take you after bass. The people that fish a lot also know that Lake Powell's a great bass fishery. In fact, a lot of major tournaments are held here.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
And in fact, we're going to not only take you out, show you some bass fishing and some of the opportunities to bass fish that exist in Lake Powell, but we're going to show you some different ways of catching them, including a new lure that Pete's manufacturing.
The clatter shad's going to catch some for us today.
All right, we're going to show you more about that lure. So join us out in the lake, and we'll show you a little bit about bass fishing in Lake Powell. Well, I tell you, it's snowing back in Denver, and here we are out in, I'm ready to take my jacket off. You've got yours off already. Beautiful weather. So when you fish, are you just fishing through the tops of these brushes?
Yeah, I'm just trying to tick the top of this brush with this clatter shad, and the fish probably will be down in the brush a little bit.
Just draw them right up.
It'll pull them right up out of it.
How often do you fish Lake Powell?
I'd probably make, somewhere between 12 and 15 trips a year down here.
It's only about a 3-4 hour drive from where you live.
It's 4 hours, yeah.
4 hours. I tell you what a beautiful resource.
You know, we're in about 15 foot of water, and chances are we're too deep.
Yeah, they're probably up a little shallower.
I came down here 2 weeks ago and brought my son, and I caught about 8 in here 2 days in a row.
Oh yeah. They were pre-spawn then?
Mm-hmm. They were in here pretty good. The actual creek follows those deeper trees out there, but it's a little too thick to get in there with the boat. I thought if we come along this outside ledge, we might be able to see a bed or two.
I'll take a look at the water temperature gauge on this one. I'm actually only showing a water temperature of 52 degrees.
There's one, there's one.
Got one? All right.
There you go. It's the first one of the day.
All right, way to go.
Break the ice anyway.
Get us going. That's a nice healthy. What's that about?
About 1 3/4 pounds.
Yeah, nice thick shoulders on it.
Look at the color in that fish.
Oh yeah, they're beautiful. Way to go, sir. Well, I'm gonna get a fish. I'm sitting here watching you.
That's okay, you just keep watching. I'll show you how it's done.
That's what I'm afraid of.
I don't want you to fish too much water.
I'll cover this water while you're getting that off. See if I can come up with one. Nice fish.
Right off the bed.
Oh, hooked on a stick. Okay, all right. Don't put a hook in me. Got him. Got him. All right.
Right off the bed. There's the bed. And he came right off of it. That's the belly. That's a female.
Get your lure out of there. Got him on your
Clatter shad.
platter shad, the bait you make.
Uh-huh. Boy, it hooked him too, didn't it?
It did. It hooked him good.
Pliers.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
There we go.
Lake Powell bass
On the clatter shad.
on the clatter shad. You know, I'm gonna release this and get it back on the nest.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But we're in the spawning season, and this is a female about to lay her eggs. So we're gonna get her back in the water. Why don't you tell people a little bit about your bait and what you caught it on there? Nice bass.
Beautiful.
Good job.
Thank you.
Let's get it out here.
What you're looking at right there is the bed where I caught that last fish out of. What they do right there in the bottom is use their tail and fan out the silt off the bottom and expose the gravel. Terry, this is a bait we're making at the Fish at First Lure Company. This is what we call a clatter shad. It's a rattle type bait. This is a 1/2 ounce model. It's about 3 inches long. And as far as I know, we're the only company in the world that's putting a hologram finish like this on a bait.
That's just
I mean,
an incredible finish.
It has a real bright shine to it.
Well, I know I've been impressed with them. We've been fishing with them, and they work.
They
It's
work.
right there. It's obvious. Just great baits.
Real loud noise.
Yeah, that's just a great bait. Well, let's go back and see if we can use that bait to get a few more.
Let's try it.
Good job, eh? That was a nice fish.
Thank you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, you were on the dock, okay.
Not intentional.
I've never seen anybody fish the areas quite like you do.
Well, I pick out some unique spots. They don't get a lot of pressure.
What we have here, Terry, is right past this point of weeds right here is the creek channel where it comes out of this draw right here. It bends right around that point and it comes right up here to where the boat is. We're sitting right on the edge of it. Right here to our right is a large flat that comes way out into the lake. It's a real gradual slope. Probably 5 feet is probably going to be the outer edge of it before it drops off into the channel. The stripers get up on this flat and feed and then drop back down into the channel when they're in their neutral stage. So
We can expect both bass and stripers using this creek channel and this flat.
I think so. I think we'll cast up on this flat and just kind of fan cast the area and see what we can pick up.
Let's see what we can do.
For the largemouth, I'd expect it. Oh yeah, it's a nice largemouth. I think the
suppose
best one of the trip.
Because I better help you.
Oh, look at that.
Boy, you
Silver Gun thinks he's tougher than I am.
Yeah,
Got
oh,
news
yeah,
for him.
nice large. He's not. Oh, he's a nice large. I tried to lose him.
Yeah,
for
you did. There you go.
All right. There we go.
Good job.
Well, I don't know. I didn't do much. I'm just hanging around for the fun of it. Maybe your bead clicking. Well, here, get that off while I fish.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over here and catch some fish.
You want me to get in the back of the boat now, don't you?
Well, I just want to, go over here and get a fish. You're starting to weigh on my nerves a little bit. That's a nice fish.
HP hooks, boy, I'll tell you, them things will
They are
get 'em.
good. They are good, aren't they? How important do you think that bead you've got there for clicking is?
I don't know. I use it primarily to protect my knot more than sound. I don't think the sound hurts at all.
Look at the sword. It's got
Yeah. I think it's been caught and released before.
Yeah.
Some time ago, but because he doesn't have one on the inside, he has one on the outside.
Huh.
Thank you, whoever
All
caught
right.
it and released it. I thank him very much.
Why don't you put that in the live well? We'll get a couple of magazine pictures before we let it go.
All right. What I'm using here is an Eagle Claw HP hook. It's got this little keeper clip on here. And to rig those, what you do is just slide the point of your hook in the head of your gets at just about 1/4 of an inch, and then come right back out. Slide it down in and pull the eye of your hook right inside the bait, and then hook that little clip back on the shank of the hook so it looks like that. And what you want to do is take your hook and bring it all the way through the bait to the other side so it comes out just like that. And then to make it weedless, you just skin hook the plastic just like that. See, the point of the hook is just inside the plastic, and that'll make it weedless. And we're ready to go again.
Woo! I told you it was to the left of that.
You're right.
It's a decent one.
Largemouth.
Not big, but a nut. Got one more jump for us? One more. One more jump. Now he's all jumped out. All right, way to go. All right, not a big one, but fun.
There you go.
All right, I'm catching up. But yeah, there's a feeding shelf. We've got some cover, some shallow water for them to relate to. Just a classic structure for a western reservoir.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got the river channel right here so they can retreat to deeper water if they need to.
And they'll do that when a front comes through or the barometer changes or something like that. But right now, I think they're going to be up on this ledge a little bit feeding, and we're picking some up.
Yeah, they seem to be fairly active. You know, another thing people have to realize is we see these bushes here we're casting to. There's bushes just like that underwater.
Yeah,
Don't necessarily pass up the spot between the bushes thinking that there won't be anything there, because there's probably some bushes you can't see. And they're not going to get fished as hard as the one that stakes up.
Exactly.
Every
right.
fisherman that comes by is going to throw at that tree you can see. But if you fish some of the areas that, oh, had a nibble, pickup, that have some bushes in here, you're liable to catch some fish there too. Got him? This one you got.
I've got this one.
Decent fish?
I don't think so.
Smallmouth, huh? Yeah. Smallmouth.
Pretty decent smallmouth.
Oh yeah. Boy, they can fight for their size.
Yes, they can.
They're so much fun to catch. The thing is, you can come
Thank you.
down here and catch 50 of those in a day. And just have fun.
Sure you can.
Got him?
Yeah, I got him.
Any size?
Smallie. Smallmouth.
Boy, they're feisty, aren't they? Well, I can't stop to retie or anything, and you're just all over me. I can see I'm going to have to get back in the water. You're not going to wait for me, are you?
Nope. Thank you, Mr. Bass.
Drops off pretty quick there. Oh, all right. Any size?
He thinks he is. I haven't seen it.
Oh, nice
That's
fish,
largemouth.
nice fish. Nice fish. Oh. Not as big as I thought he was, but nice,
He
solid fish.
Thought he was big. He's in
Nice.
training.
Nice, solid Lake Powell largemouth. Hey, did you do that so I could see what they look like?
Uh-huh.
Thanks. Well, I tell you what, it's so beautiful out here.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade this for anything in the world.
I know, it's just great. Oh, there we go.
What
you
do
know
you
what? I think it's just a little largemouth. Nice though.
Oh, there's one.
Oh, sure.
Uh-huh.
Mine's jumping.
Mine, I haven't even seen. Oh, there's mine.
Oh, yours is, I'm gonna get mine
Oh,
in and
mine
out of
just
the way.
come off. Look at him go.
Well, we got mine. The big one got away.
Isn't that the way it always is?
Oh well. Nice fish anyway. Get them back in the water. Catch some more. Well, you know, you get back in these bays, it's nice. Doesn't this spot look like there should be a big fish in here?
Yep.
I mean, it's...
The big rock there, the bush right alongside of it. Pretty deep water. I mean, we're in 16 foot of water here. But you just know one lives there.
I know. It's just... You just...
Making it want to eat.
You just... It's that anticipation. You're waiting every second for a hit. But I tell you, it really warmed up.
Nice.
I had to take my jacket off, my big
Look out! Oh, right under the boat.
Ooh, a nice one. Well, you got him on your lure. Double set of hooks in him.
He's very light.
He'd like to get the double set of hooks in me. Oh, that's a nice bass.
The belly on that puppy.
Kind of got a belly like mine.
No, I don't know about that.
That's a nice fish. That's all right. Should we get him back in the water? We'll do that.
Okay.
This turned into a beautiful day. Oh, but we've caught quite a few bass today too. You've been catching them on crankbaits. We've caught crankbaits, soft plastics, spinner baits. It's been really good.
Got a good pattern going.
There, on a plastic worm, right below the boat while I was talking. I was just dragging my plastic worm. It's a largemouth, I think. Well, he's pulling good. Well, it's about the same size as the one you got. You want to grab him for me?
Sure.
If I can get him up here. Here we go.
That fish has sore on his bill.
Oh yeah. Berkeley power worm. You know, we used a lot of different baits today,
We sure did.
and we caught fish on all of them.
Every one we threw.
You know, one of my favorite ways to fish in western reservoirs is just with a typical grub and a jig head. This is a 4-inch Berkeley smoked power grub, and different sizes and colors, and I really love just fishing that way. It's one of my favorite ways to fish.
Another bait that we used was the Berkeley Power spinner bait. This color right here.
In fact, we caught quite a few fish on spinner baits like that. We caught a few on just plastic worms like this zipper type worm right here. But one bait that we really, two baits we used a lot, but one that we rig a little different, the Berkeley Power Tube. Why don't you show people how you rig that?
We rigged it with the Eagle Claw HP hook with the little clip on there. We Texas rigged it using a glass bead and just regular worm weight. But to hook gets it to the hook, you just stick it in there about 1/4 inch or so and pull the hook right back out. Slide the eye all the way down just inside the plastic like so, and then clip the clip on the bait.
Which is easier to say than do.
Yeah, just like so. And then what you want to do is stick the hook all the way through the bait, all the way through like so. And then to make it weedless, you just skin hook the tip of the point of the hook just barely under the plastic here, and that'll make it totally weedless.
Well, that was one of the keys too, because with the Texas rigged weight that slides up above and the bead to protect the knot, we're able to take that particular presentation and throw it right into the brush and the weeds and the rocks and not get hung up. And we pulled some awfully big fish out of some areas that were difficult to fish.
We sure did.
You know, one of the mistakes people make in fishing flooded cover like exists in western reservoirs is they don't tend to throw their lures where they might get hung up.
They're afraid of losing their bait.
And you'll catch a lot more fish. Sure, you'll lose some lures, but if you rig something like this, you won't lose as many.
Nope.
And you'll catch a lot more fish.
Lots more.
You know, in addition to that, there was one bait that we need to spend some time talking about. It's a bait that you developed with the Fish at First Lure Company, that you're one of the proprietors, one of the owners of.
That's right.
And you guys have developed a new rattle type crankbait that I think is just phenomenal. The finish on it and the way it performs in the water and the fish we caught on it today. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the differences in your bait here?
The main difference that you can tell right off the bat is the finish, the hologram type finish that's on there. That's what you're going to see right off the bat. Now, the second thing that we feel is real important is there's 2 separate rattle chambers in this bait. And we call it a clatter shad. And if you can hear it, you can hear that low tone type rattle.
When you shake it sideways.
Right, and then when you shake it end to end, you can hear a little higher pitched sound. So when the bait's vibrating through the water, you have both sounds going at the same time. And we think that is a big difference in fish hitting this bait as opposed to all the other baits. They're basically going to sound the same.
Well, I know we caught a lot of fish on these lures today. A lot of them, well, I think our biggest bass of the day, in fact, came on one just like this, didn't it?
I think it did.
That one bass that was on the nest. It's just a phenomenal lure. I'm really impressed with the finish. You know, rattle type baits have been a mainstay of the fishing industry for years now.
Right.
And you've taken that and improved on it and just made a better bait. You know, if you get a chance, come out and fish Lake Powell. Use some of these techniques and some of these lures. Well, in fact, these techniques and lures are good anywhere.
Anywhere there are bass.
Anywhere you fish. And you'll have some fun fishing and maybe make your experience a little better and a little more successful. Well, thanks for joining us today on Lake Powell. I hope you learned a little bit about the diversity of fishing that exists there and how you can take advantage of it. I want to thank you, Pete, for going with me and showing me around today.
My pleasure.
And thanks, John, for driving the camera boat.
Terry, I enjoyed it. New experience for me.
It was great. We had a lot of fun. And make sure that you come out and add Lake Powell to your fishing experiences. And join us next week on Mountain States Fishing Adventure.